Okay, so for this question, it's a pretty basic because I just want to know the value of the test statistic. And I took this little snippet right out of the formula sheet, but this is a list of all the test statistics that there are. So you have a proportion. These two are means, one with the standard deviation of the population known. There's with it unknown, then with it known. And actually this one we're never going to use. So you just need to know these three. And so this is a proportion, right, because we're talking about a percentage. All right, so we're going to use this formula here. So if you do it manually, what we need to do is figure out first p hat. P hat is going to be 115 divided by 530. All right, so let's go find out what that is with the calculator. All right, so 115 divided by 530. So of these plants, we find out that it's actually 21.698%. So we'll call that 0.21698. And so P is just going to be that they claim that it's supposed to be 0.25. So that's P, that's 0.25. And then Q is 1 minus P. It's always 1 minus P. So that's 0.75. And then N, of course, is how many there were. In this case, there were 530. All right, so if we put all that into a calculator, we should get the right answer. So I'm going to do, and be careful here with your parentheses, I'm going to do 0.21698 minus 0.25. All right, that's the numerator. Now we're going to divide by, and I'm going to start a square root of 0.25 times 0.75 divided by 530. And when we do that, we get negative 1.755. It says round to 2 decimal places, so that's negative 1.7, and that'll become a 6. All right, so doing it that way, we get negative 1.76. Now the calculator, if you have the graphing calculator, it can do this for you. Let me show you how. You click Stat, and then go over to Test, and then we're going to go down to a 1 proportion, because this is a proportion and it's a Z test. All right, we're doing a test statistic for a Z. You use T. The only time you use anything other than Z is when you're doing sigma unknown. So 1 proportion Z test, it's a proportion. So here, P naught is what they claim it to be, is the 0.25. And then we say that we had 115 was our X, and the number was 530. And now, here's where you have to read the words to say, do they claim the proportion, we want to test to see if it's less than this or more than this, or we just want to see if it's different. If they don't say anything about less than or greater than, you don't use these options. You leave it as not equal to P0. You go down, you click calculate, and so now this kicks everything out for you. And this is the exact same number, very close, that we just got. The Z is the number we're looking for. We're going to talk about the p-value soon as well, and probably already have in some context, but the Z is what we're looking for right now, which is the same number, negative 1.755. So we round that up to 2 decimal places. It's negative 1.76. So you see, either way, you get the same result, whether you do it this way, but obviously the graphing calculator is a lot faster way to get straight to that answer.